Hello and welcome back to my channel. Yeah, remember in the last video I said we're gonna do something exciting in the next video, and I'm paying up to that. We are doing something really exciting, and if you didn't notice, I'm holding a hammer. And can you tell what this is or what it's relating to by the banner or this? You probably did, because we're reviewing a Thor movie. I watched it in the cinemas like yesterday, and I'm already making a movie review about it. That's how much I liked it, literally. So yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder, amazing movie, I can tell you. So you probably know that his hammer broke and he made an axe, rooted mostly. So basically I'm gonna explain to you all the characters first, because sometimes I'm just like saying the movie and all the characters, I'm just telling about the movie, and I literally forget to say anything about the characters. I don't explain who they are, what they are, who they do, what the role they have. So let me tell you that. So this is Jane. You probably remember her from another movie. So she saw the broken hammer in another exhibit, or whatever you want to call that, in Asgard. So it was completely broken. It was the real broken hammer, and with her mind powers or something, she was worthy to it or something. And then it just came to her, and now she is another Thor. Yeah, I know, really cool. Thor still has his axe, but I feel like she's way cooler. Way cooler. I know, right? So then there's the villain, Gore, who is called the God Butcher. So his daughter died, and the god did not want to like help them or anything. They lived in this abandoned desert thing, and the god of light, sun, whatever, didn't help him, and he thought that other gods wouldn't do that. Other gods were also this bad and stuff. So he killed him with the necro sword, something like that. And then he became the God Butcher. He wants to kill all of the gods for not bringing his daughter back. Yeah, basically, I cannot explain the ending right now because I haven't explained any of the other movies, so I should probably explain that first. So we have Thor, yeah, and all that stuff. You remember his prison mate, Korg? Yeah, I think that Korg, that's his name. So since they figured out about the God Butcher, after they figured that out, they went to seek the gods for help, especially Zeus. You all know Zeus, you've all watched the movie, Heracles, whatever. So Zeus. So he was a very unhelping god, and thought, because there was this giant safe place for all the gods to be in, it's where they relax, it's like the god lounge. And Zeus was there, everybody was clapping, and they really wanted to they want to seek for his help, but he didn't, because he thought that Gore, the God Butcher, couldn't come in there, and they didn't want to let Thor out either. So literally, so they have to keep him in there, and the reason was that so that he couldn't go out. And Lord, the God Butcher, there, like that, something like that. So they only wanted the weapon of Zeus, the thunderbolt, lightning bolt, whatever it was. So that's the only thing they needed. They didn't need Zeus, and they just needed the weapon. Really. So they were fighting. Thor came out, and all his friends came to help. Valkyrie, Jane, Korg. And Korg died, but didn't die. Only his head stayed alive. Like part of his head. Not his head. His face. I don't know. But he was still alive, not his body. But at the end, yeah, I'll explain later. So yeah, you can probably watch the trailer behind me, and you're gonna get explained to everything that's happening. But still, I like to explain things, stuff. So after that, so Thor was fighting, they were fighting, and he ended up snatching the bolt, and then he went up and was about to snag him with his hands or something, and then he threw it at him. And Zeus died. Yeah, it's dead. Zeus, Thor killed Zeus. Do you understand that? Killed Zeus himself. And Hercules was not there. Thought it was the God Lounge. Why was Hercules not there? Seriously? Like, seriously? I don't understand. And Zeus was never like this. Really dumb. But anyways, so after that they went to get Gore, and Gore kidnapped the children and stuff, because kidnapping the children was just like a distraction, It was a distraction so that they would come to the shadow realm, because he creates shadow monsters. And then those shadow monsters kill everybody and stuff. So they went to the shadow realm, and Thor and Jane almost got back together, but Valkyrie ruined it anyways. So after that, they went to the shadow realm to help the kids, but they found Gore there. So they went to this place, and then it was a trap, and obviously it was the shadow realm, and he creates shadow monsters. Obviously his power is the strongest there, so he kidnapped them with these shadow vine things. They were green, so I don't know. They could be normal vines, who knows. So he tied them up, and then he was questioning them and stuff. Obviously he needed Thor's axe to open the gates of eternity. Eternity could grant him one wish, and he wanted that wish was for all gods to be extinct. Extinct. Gone. Like the dinosaurs are extinct. He wanted the gods to be extinct too. That would be including Thor, I don't know about Jane, and Valkyrie. So yeah. So he wanted to take Thor's axe, and he ended up taking Thor's axe by blackmailing him and telling that he would kill Jane if he didn't give him his axe, and Thor ended up summoning his axe and then taking the axe and then giving it to him. And then he went to eternity, and then he was lighting it up. And the time he was lighting it up, Thor had already freed the kids. And then after he freed the kids, he gave them half of his power. And then they ended up defeating Gore, whatever. And the only way they could actually defeat him is by destroying the Necrosword. So basically, because Jane had cancer, she couldn't come to help, and nobody could come to help. Valkyrie got stabbed by Gore in the Shadow Realm, because now they were in eternity. So in the Shadow Realm, Valkyrie got stabbed. Obviously, Jane has cancer and stuff. So Thor was the only one that could do something about this. So then he pow. And then obviously Jane knew that something bad was happening, because Thor couldn't win alone. Those kids, yes, they were helping, but still alone. And then Jane came to help with the hammer, and ka-chowed and bowed and chowed him and broke his sword. And then he was trying to repair his sword with the parts, because she just joined them together and she could like throw all the parts and it would hit everything. She could throw all of the parts and then they would come back and make the hammer again. So he was using the parts to rebuild his sword. And then Jane just crushed it again, and then bada bing, bada boom. But now Thor took out the axe because it was crumbed to the ground when it was like filling up the thing. And then when he finally took it out, it was already filled. He was gonna make his wish, but Thor convinced him that when his daughter died, convinced him that love is what you actually seek and not destroying everything. And then he ended up wishing his daughter back, and then Thor and his daughter were together, because obviously he didn't survive because of the Necrosword. It was killed. And Jane didn't survive either. Valkyrie did survive, fortunately. And then Thor was with Jane when she died in eternity, and then he was with Gore's daughter, and then they had so much fun together destroying dumb aliens. Yeah. So hopefully you liked the way that I explained the movie, or the trailer that you were watching behind my back while I was explaining everything. So I'll see you in another awesomely, amazingly, maybe another movie review or something else. See you later. Ka-chow. Ka-chow, ka-chow.